Oh my goodness.
A few technical difficulties.
Sorry, guys.
Why would we ever be on time?
But it's really bad today.
Well, we had some technical difficulties.
My goodness, it's 2 minutes to 6. We're so late. I just want to see what is the date today, Pam?
Today's the 10th, January 10th.
Hello, everybody.
Happy January 10th.
Happy January 10th. It's Monday. It is
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
At least over here it is.
We were hoping to start at 5:30, but we had technical difficulties as usual.
As usual. Listen,
but
you know
here
what?
we are.
We're not. We can't be creative and tech savvy, Dina.
It's just too hard. It's just too hard.
You can't do everything.
But now there's Reels and TikToks and the Metaverse and oh my goodness, it's too much.
You know, I've noticed, and who just said the other day, I think it was David or Dennis said to us that there's more videos and Reels and stuff like that. And I have noticed that it's just too much.
I think I like posts a little bit better.
I like both. I like a mix, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see a nice, did you see the one, you have to do this with your husband, Dina, the one, it's a reel where it's like you close your eyes. And I don't know how you do it, if there's an app, whatever it is, but it asks you like, I don't know, 10 or 15 questions. And it's like, who's crabby in the morning? Who eats more? Who's this? Who's that? You know, who takes a longer shower? But you have to, and what you do is you either point at yourself or you point at him. And it's very cute when you see couples. I've seen maybe three of them with couples doing that.
Both of them have their eyes closed.
They both have their eyes closed, and the questions are coming at you, and
we're each pointing
you either go like this or you go like this. You know,
that's so funny.
Very cute.
Very cute. Oh,
imagine if Andrew and I did it.
That would be funny. Hi, everyone. Hello. Would anybody like to volunteer to be a moderator? Moderator. Why I say moderator?
I thought you said it right. I thought you said it right.
A moderator. Hi, everyone.
I know Amy usually does it when she's on, but I don't know if Amy is on. Well, maybe we should wait a few minutes.
Yep. Hello, Ontario. Hi there, Jackie. Hello, ladies from Sabrina. We have Jan from Michigan. Hi, Jan. Marcia Young.
Pam, I like your... my what?
She spied your sweater. Your super simple summer sweater. Yes.
Yes, you like it.
Diane is on. Hello. 14 degrees in Michigan. Oh, my poor little Sophie.
It is cold, right?
We're supposed
What's it in New York?
What are we getting tomorrow? I think it's supposed to be like 16 degrees with like a minus chill factor tomorrow.
It's currently 26 here in New York.
It's cold here too.
Which is cold for us. But tomorrow.
You know it's cold when I put on my Amazon jacket.
Tomorrow
it is to work.
Tomorrow it's going to be 15. So it's going to be cold.
But with the wind, it's going to be.
We didn't go outside for recess today because it was cold.
It's pretty bad. But it's a good time to wear your knits.
I know. It's a good time to bust out all the knits, right?
Absolutely. So how was your weekend, Pam?
Well, it was good. What did I do? Did I do anything? Well, I saw you on Saturday.
Yeah. We met at the bakery with David and Dennis.
What could be better? I had my nails done.
Yes.
And I went to the bakery. We had a play date at the bakery.
A knitting date.
Knitting.
That was fun.
That was fun, right? And then yesterday, back to, do some cleaning. It wasn't bad. I did some cleaning and knitting.
Okay.
An average, yeah, I'm not complaining. An average day.
Nice.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I went to see that West Side Story.
Did you like it?
It was fabulous. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I was a little nervous going to the theater, and I know why. Because when I got there, we were in those big seats. What are they called? Those
to me just seems those reclining seats.
The reclining seats, which are fairly wide. They didn't have aisle seats left, which is what David had suggested.
Because everyone's on the aisle. They don't want to be next to anyone.
I definitely felt uncomfortable. Like the person sitting next to me.
Was there someone next to you?
There was
somebody. Was that crowded that you had someone
next to you? There were only 5 rows. It was a small theater, and the seats were pretty much full.
No,
so it was like maybe 30 seats in the theater.
See now, why do people? Oh, whatever.
Well, the fact that there were only 30 people is not a bad thing.
No, but you're close to each other. It doesn't make a difference.
But it was the wide recliner.
I'm surprised they weren't like
every other.
No,
it wasn't like that. But I will tell you. So I'll tell you what made me feel uncomfortable. I put my cup in the cup holder.
Oh.
So I felt like my straw was exposed. I had my mask on the whole time, but I felt like the straw was exposed.
Did you get popcorn?
No. because it was before dinner. We had a 7
Oh,
o'clock.
That's one of the
What a
it's,
nightmare.
you have to get popcorn at the movie.
We should have, because you know what happened? Every restaurant was closed. Like we
Yeah,
couldn't get anything.
What time did you get out?
At about 10.
Oh yeah, you're not going to find dinner at 10.
So we went to the pizzeria.
I was going to say, you're lucky the pizzeria was open.
I know.
You should have.
I wanted to go to Nick's. Do you know Nick's on
No.
Ascan? Oh my God, they have the best calzones. So I'm Googling
Oh, I love
Nick's,
calzones.
and I find Nick's. I don't have my glasses on.
And
In the Bronx. So
Oh,
I'm calling
jeez.
Nick's. I'm like, I'd like to order a large calzone for pickup. We were going to take it home. The guy was pausing like I stumped him with like Chinese order or something, you know, like Chinese food.
He was in the Bronx.
He passed off the phone to somebody else, and he's like, "We don't have sizes. It's it's only one size." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "We always order small or large." And I'm like, "Is this Nick's Pizza on Ascot Avenue?" He goes, "No, in the Bronx." He shouted at me. And I was like, "Sorry, wrong place."
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard with
restaurants are
locally.
closing
Yeah,
early.
they're closed earlier, so if
Definitely.
you're not there before 10.
But
or
the movie
sometimes
was
it's
great.
even before 9 on some of them.
West Side Story. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. It was fabulous. The cinematography.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's good.
goodness, it was really good. And what was amazing is that it felt like I told you. It gave me like that classic vibe,
Oh, the classic movie.
the old school kind of movies.
Yeah.
I was
Like they
sharing
used to
with
make
Pam.
movies, right?
Right. Everything today is like digitally enhanced, and everything
It's
is so
because you
fast.
have a lot of that action and a lot
But
of
the
that.
animation, you don't really see acting. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think my brother said it didn't like do well in the box office.
No, it didn't. It's funny you say that. I was going to say, I heard a review. I was driving back from Brooklyn one day, and it must have been like an end of the year talking about the movies. And that movie got was it like the second best of the year, but the box office is terrible.
But I think it's because
But
of
he
COVID.
said he said it's a great movie. He did a great job, Steven Spielberg, but it hasn't. I just think people aren't going to the movies that much, because quite frankly, you can watch a lot of stuff at home.
A lot. Well, David suggested don't wait for it to come home. Watch it in the theater.
He said you should see it in the theater.
Definitely, because of the cinematography, it made a huge difference. The impact on the large screen versus what you would see on your television screen.
Right.
It was very well done. Anyway, I enjoyed it.
So Dina went to see West Side Story.
Yes. And then we came home and we watched, what did I tell you we saw?
As Good as It Gets.
As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson.
That's a great movie.
So
That's
good.
a good movie.
And then, of course, Sunday we topped it off with
Something's Gotta Give.
Something's Gotta Give.
Love
Another
that
Jack.
movie. I watched that the week before with my daughter. We saw that. Great movie.
So I really felt like we watched good movies. It was nice. So I didn't get much knitting done.
Did you get much done? No. You didn't get much done?
No.
You can't hit the movie theater.
Oh,
some
definitely
people
not.
do. Some people do. I don't knit movie theater.
I mean, I'm knitting the spot sweater.
No, you can't do that.
Or my
You'll
black
have spots
brioche.
where they don't belong. No.
How is everybody doing? Hello, friends. We have hello from Denmark.
Oh, wow.
South Africa, Minnesota. Oh, my goodness. We're getting worldwide here. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining us.
Canada. Nice.
Hello, and hello from Canada. Well, warm hello to you guys. We are excited to share a few things. Pam, what are you wearing?
Well, I am wearing my super simple summer sweater from Hoagie.
Fabulous. It looks great on you.
Does it really?
It really does.
I was thinking I should have done like less contrast on the stripes. I was thinking when I was wearing it, but I don't know.
It looks really good.
I started this sweater probably a year and a half ago.
And what did you just recently do?
On this thing?
Yeah.
I made the sleeves longer. I mentioned it last week. Can you imagine how short they were? They must have been like this short.
Well, hold them up so they see what you're talking about.
Something's
You added about an inch or so?
Oh, I added more than, I think I added more than an inch, truthfully.
Really?
I would say I went from here. I don't know why they look so short. Well, it's hard for me to say. Probably from here I added.
Looks great.
Anyway, I'm much happier with it because now I can.
It goes past your wrist.
It goes down, right? So I'm much happier with it.
No, it looks great.
Otherwise,
how does it
fine.
feel? You knitted in sweater?
Sweater from Spud and Chloe, which is, I don't want to say 50-50. It's not exactly. It's like 60-40 maybe. Cotton wool. And it's a great yarn. It's a yarn, I think, that is overlooked too much.
What about that for the cowl?
I could do that. but I think I'm going to do the other
Okay.
thing.
Pam has something new under
Oh,
up her sleeve.
yeah, but it's nothing dramatic. Something fairly simple, but
fun.
But fun, yeah. I use this for Lucy's baby blanket, and at that time I felt I said, gee, this is a nice yarn to knit with. But now the gauge on that and the gauge on this were different, so that was a little looser gauge.
I'm sorry.
What are you reading? I see you reading.
Summer is saying that if you don't have a moderator, please assign me and I will do it. How do I assign you? I would love to do that.
No, I think you just asked me to do it, don't you? You never did anything.
Summer,
can we just ask you to do it, Summer?
Participants. I don't know. I think you could just moderate. I'm not sure. I don't have too much experience. Hi, Wendy. Wendy said drinks are definitely available.
Oh, they really? That's what I asked Dina.
They're included.
Do we get adult beverages? Because then we'll be down there.
We had an invite and we asked if adult beverages were part of the package.
I'd love to do that.
Summer, thank you. I didn't mean to be distracted.
That's
so
okay.
You used that for Olive's blanket?
No, Lucy's blanket.
Lucy's.
But it was knit on a looser needle. I think I knit that blanket on I want to say a 9.
What was this knit on? 7?
Believe it or not, this was a 3.
So maybe it was a 5.
Yeah, it's a tighter knit.
Definitely.
So of course, whenever you're knitting more tightly,
it has great body.
Yeah, it's a great yarn. It really is. But anyway, I digress.
Yep.
But that's what I'm wearing. What are you wearing, Dina?
I am brought in.
You remembered this time.
I brought it in last week.
She brought in the Advent kit that the knitting place did with
the River City wrap.
With Stephanie from Asylum. She dyed it up, and
I thought we would show and tell.
You picked the right one. So.
Is that the right way?
I can't tell.
Here it is in its entirety. You can see it up close, slowly.
It's on the bias. You can see the shaping of it.
It's the River City wrap, designed by Freckles and Purls. And I'm going to have to do the show notes again.
No, we're not getting that.
What ended up happening is I typed all the show notes and we went to go live. I added the picture and we lost all the content.
All the show notes.
So
there you go.
Yep. That's the whole shawl in its entirety.
And then again, you see the...
Yeah, it starts neutral and it ends neutral, but it starts with like a beige neutral.
Ends with grays and blues.
A gray neutral, right.
So it's
Love
fun.
it.
So that's the Advent. There were 24 colors, right?
24 colors. And I think they're almost about half a skein per color.
So you had left over?
Had left over. I did not weigh the skeins. People were asking if you can do another shawl using the remnants. Sorry, that's probably loud. I don't know if I should talk over it or not.
No, by the time I get over there, it'll be done. There you go.
Okay.
No, don't listen to
I'm working on my Vina by Jennifer.
Oh, I know who that
Steinbeck.
is. I know who
my
that
yarn
gal
choice is Cascade 220 Superwash. Lovely.
I am working on my her Vina.
Yes,
nice.
Lovely Sabrina. We sold a couple of those kits. Beautiful.
Yeah, just recently too.
Very popular.
Yeah.
Hello, thank you for joining us.
So Dinah's shawl is the Advent shawl, and she does have Advent kits up on the website. So now if you decide you want it, it can be yours.
Right. I didn't weigh the remnants, but if you were to pre-order it, you'd be getting the kits.
They wouldn't have any with you, do you?
No, I didn't bring it. What I wanted to say is that if you didn't want to start and end in the color with the color that I started and end with at the onset of the kit, you can actually pick any place to start.
Why would you do that?
Because it flows. Like you can actually make it. I think there was a cowl. I was thinking of taking my remnants and actually knitting a cowl.
Yeah. In the
round. Yes. Yeah. So in other words, if you were to take you can position it any which way. So just a thought.
The nice thing is that you can do something else with it too.
Yes, for sure.
Which
but
is
then
nice.
I was also thinking of the shortest day.
Which is that one?
The one that was steeked. Did you guys see that on my feed?
About the poncho?
No, it was on my story.
With the fringe?
It was fringe shawl that Ruthie knit. It was gorgeous.
See, the problem with that is
that was a big one.
You do that, you already know what it's going to look like because you saw Ruthie's.
Yeah, but at this point, if you're ordering the pre-order,
Oh,
you've
for
kind of
someone else.
seen
Okay,
it.
yeah.
You're committing to it
Look
because
around and
it's
see
not
what
a mystery
the
anymore.
what the projects are and all that.
Right.
You could do
It's
that.
not a mystery anymore.
You could do that.
So thank you. Okay, that's what I'm wearing. You want to show your whip? Well, do you have any FOs?
Of course, we have many whips. No, I don't.
Okay.
I did my sleeves. That's an FO.
There you go.
And I did I do anything else? No, what I worked on was my Kuffel.
Which you got a lot done.
I worked on my Kuffel and I finished the body of the Kuffel.
Fabulous.
And now the sleeves. But I think I am. Are you going to make the sleeves longer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I don't want them 3/4. I want them down.
So I brought mine.
So I still believe it or not, I
compare
made the same color.
You wanted to compare length.
But yours is blocked. Mine's not blocked.
Yeah, but mine's much shorter because look at the front. It's much shorter than yours.
Oh, that's my back. Let me see. Yeah, I have much more between this and this.
Yeah.
I've got more between that. Well, it said to go to 17 inches before the ribbing. And the ribbing is 2 3/4 inches. So that would have made it like 20 inches. And I know I'm a little more comfortable 20, 21. So I went a little further on my ribbing. My ribbing doesn't start until
I'm going to need to uplock mine.
Well, yeah, as you can see, I gave it a preliminary steam on the top, but not on the last section. But anyway, this is the Kuffel from the designer is Winslow.
Alexis
Winslow. We used it was a Hudson and West pattern.
Mm-hmm. Forge.
Kuffel. We used Forge in Raven and Aspen, which is black and white.
It's gorgeous.
And I wanted to finish this. I'm hoping, I should get the sleeves done quickly. It shouldn't take me that long. Anyway, so that's my whip. I'm amongst other whips, but that's the one I want to concentrate on to get it done.
Well, we decided to call this episode Finishing Whips versus Casting On.
Correct.
I have major cast on itis.
Right.
But as you could have seen maybe from my recent post, you've also gotten a lot of holiday gift knitting done. I also finished things that have been on the back burner, like Danielle's sweater, Zach's mittens, which were huge. It is so liberating.
We were talking about that. I think it's more liberating to me, at least, and I think you would probably agree, to get the whips that have been languishing
the longest
out.
It is fabulous.
And I will say, I
feel that way about this now.
Correct.
For Kuffel.
The only other thing that I really feel that I should do, and I haven't done, is, of course, I don't think I told you this. Audrey, my daughter, gave me her sleeve to knit on that sweater that she started more than 2 years ago. It was a fingering weight sweater.
Which one?
I gave her yarn for Christmas. I gifted her yarn. And she knit the sweater. It's top down. She picked the pattern, which was not it was a well-written pattern, but it was just too detailed and just too many words. And, it's like anything else. You put it down for a while and you have to figure out where you are. And she's on the sleeve. And I said, but Audrey, if you worked on it for even a week, it wouldn't even take you a week, you'd have that done. And she, it's just, I guess she's got to figure out where she is.
The hardest part when you put your knitting down.
So she gave it to me.
Do you know where she is?
I haven't looked at it yet. I would have done it because I could knit, once I figure it out, you can just pick it up and knit. It's in the round, but I have to sit and figure it out. So I haven't done it yet. And then the only other thing after that I would like to do are the dolls I got for
did you
girls.
Start them?
No.
You said you were going to start them.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
Susan B. Knits?
Yes. She had these 3 dolls. Did
you bring the kits?
No, I didn't bring them.
Too bad. Maybe next time you'll bring them.
Maybe I'll sew it up by next week. I don't know. I mean, how long could it take to knit these 3 things? They don't have arms and legs. It's not that kind of a doll. They're like rounded. It was in Maker's magazine or Making magazine, I think. And so I thought it would be cute for the girls, but I haven't yet done.
Nice.
So anyway.
Well, I don't know. I'm working on the Kuffel. I have my sleeve that I'm working on. I just showed it to you. I've done the color work on one sleeve. Now I have to do
the solid work.
The solid part. I decided actually not to work the decreases in the color work
section.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fairly easy to just knit right through because it was just about 24 rounds.
Not even, because the
You had a
pickup was on
couple-
row 6, so it was
So
like
it's 18.
18 rounds, which isn't bad.
It
And then you
wasn't
go.
bad.
So now are you going to make the sleeve longer, and then you're going to do your so you'll change your rate of decrease. Probably,
But I am
right?
going to make it longer. So what I'll do is I'll check my row gauge.
Measure your
I'll figure
wrist.
out how long I want the actual, how long I want the sleeve to be, and then I'll work in the extra
They said in the
decreases.
pattern that if you wanted to make the sleeve longer, just go 1 to 2 inches. Like we need them to say that, but wider than your wrist.
Thank you.
you
Thank
go.
you, Alexis. So I'm working on that. I have my spot sweater,
Oh, look at this.
which I was hoping to get more done on it.
You can't knit in the movies.
Definitely not. I did slip it on.
You did. How did
Yes.
it look?
It fit.
Oh, I mean, you say that with reservation.
I was a little nervous, I'll be honest with you. I was not nervous that it wouldn't fit. I was nervous about the slope, and I'll show you when you look at it.
Oh, I see.
The
what you're
raglan
talking
slope.
about, yeah.
So up here, for some reason, it looked like it has no shoulders, but when I actually had it on,
Comes up.
it
Yeah.
does come up.
Yeah.
So this
How
is
much
my
more do you have to knit?
not that much.
You know, you must done. How
So it's
much
starting
longer
to
before?
ombre.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, you have to show that. Yeah, I can see that.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
So
Oh, you must have. I mean, I know there's another color in that skein.
there is. So
Oh,
I
look
think
at
I
that.
might have to cut the yarn soon. I might do one more repeat.
Well, how much have you done from the underarm? How many inches? 6?
Yeah, but look at how deep this raglan is.
Yeah, it's a deep raglan. Yeah.
It's like 12 or 14 inches.
I wonder what it looks like when you wear it.
Oh, I'll snap a
Does
picture
it? Does
tomorrow.
it? What
I'll put it
happens
on my
when you
story.
move your arm?
It's fine.
Oh.
It really is fine. I could slip it on while you're showing something.
You want to do that?
I
Go
could.
ahead, go.
Maybe I'll do that. Okay,
What am I
wait.
going to show?
Well,
Do I
maybe
have
we'll do the
anything
kits.
to show?
I was also going to, before we just jump.
Well, why don't we do some kits and then
Yeah.
and then you can try that on.
Okay. I have to put it on
We
my
have to
barber
talk about
cords.
this first.
Jake decided what he wanted.
Her last gift.
No, actually,
You have
there's
to
my
do
husband.
your husband, but that's a big one.
I thought I was knitting a hat for Jake, and he decided he wanted a cowl.
I think that looks fine, Dina.
He wanted a wide-ribbed cowl. Now, I knit the cowl that I showed last week, or it's on my feed today for his girlfriend. It's the
one
the
that
4
I
by
had made
4
and you had
right.
made,
I
yeah.
did in a 5 by 5.
Right.
In any event, he saw my new
The brioche
cowl, and he wanted it in all black. And it's probably not going to show up that much.
It's showing. You can see it. There it
Oh,
goes.
there it is.
It's lightning for you, Dina. It's brightening.
There
Why
it
does
is.
that happen?
I think it's because of the depth. I was talking to Dennis about that, like
The
how
depth?
close you are to the camera is
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
impacts the color.
Or the sharpness. It focuses maybe.
So the interesting thing is, I think I like this on the wrong side, even though it's reversible. I think the
I think
stitches
you
are a little
feel
more
you
prominent.
can see it more. And I think
Yep.
because it's one color, it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. So here it is. I sent him a picture because I wanted approval, but of course he neglected to reply.
Of course.
So there it is.
He's a 20-something.
27-year-old.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Okay. Well, you show kids.
And she made that out of
cashmere light.
cashmere light, a Lang yarn.
Yes.
Right. Is it, how many skeins was it? Did you
So
determine?
I think for this one, it's 4, but maybe in one color, I won't need as
How
many.
tall is the cowl?
It was fairly tall. It was about 12 inches at least.
See, it sits differently because of the brioche versus the cowl that you and I made. Which
Right.
is
Oh,
just
there
two-
it is. It's the original one. Is there?
Let
Oh,
me go get it.
I have the original one here. I am going to publish it. It was test knit. I'm knitting my 3rd one right now. And yeah, so here it is. I actually had it on my live today, not on my story.
That on your story today?
Yeah, I
didn't see.
was wearing it.
Oh, you were wearing it.
Yeah, I just posted it. So here it is in 2 colors. Here it is in 1. It might only
And
take
of course,
3.
in black, you can't see.
Right. It might only take 3.
I think it's going to take 3 days.
Yep, I agree, because I still have this much left.
Correct, yeah.
So we'll see.
There you go.
Stay tuned.
So
Okay.
before you depart, why don't we just start talking about this and then I'll show them.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually feed it onto my barber cords while I'm sitting with you.
Oh, okay,
and then I'll
good.
go try
Okay.
it on.
Well, what we did, since it's so cold out and it's only January 10th, we decided to make, I had showed last week my World's Simplest Mittens from Tin Can Knits.
Yep.
That goes from baby to adult large. And we decided to play with the color because, of course, you could do them solid, but that's kind of boring, isn't it? So we decided to make some kits. So we made some kits using Spin Cycle, excuse me, Dream State with a contrast cuff. That way you have enough of the yarn, the colorful yarn, Anyway, so this is the pattern, and you can see they come in all different sizes. But why be plain and do them solid? Like I had made a pair that had been variegated at one point, but I lost them.
I was going to say your inspiration was also with the yarn that you bought from Rhinebeck. If you watched our last podcast, Pam had shared a picture, I think, of your mitts that you knit for the girls.
Yes, I made them for the girls. It's a fabulous mitten pattern. It's very easy, easy to follow. And because it comes in the different weights, from fingering to chunky, and from baby to a large adult, that's really all you need, Anyway, so what we did is we made some kits. Did I mention everything that we had to mention about that? And anyway, so this is the first kit that we did. We used, what is that called?
Now, could I just interject and say that we have two colors here. We are thinking of using the solid as a cuff.
Correct.
And then having the Dream State for the body of the mitten.
Correct.
So here's Pam's mitten. So in other words, this part would be the solid, and then the Dream State would be the body of the mitten.
And for instance, on the worsted weight mitten, the yardage required is 150 yards. This 160 yards, excuse me. This is 150, so you would certainly have enough because you're doing the cuff in this. And I believe the cuff on my size was about a 4-inch cuff. So anyway, so this is Rusted Rainbow, and this color here is, what is that? What does that say?
Deep Velvet.
Thank you. Deep Velvet. Isn't that a pretty combo?
I love it. And the colors are actually very true. We got the lighting.
Yeah, we were focusing on the get the lights correct. So that's kit number 1. This is just totally different going the other way. Let's see how this is showing up now.
That's rose quartz. I would go in further with Verba.
Yeah, that's perfect. See how the color changes? Yep. Isn't that pretty?
Pretty.
So that's
for all you pastel lovers.
Yep. We have those. I love this one. This is Mississippi Marsala.
Now there are a few Mississippi Marsala, so keep an eye out because each one is like a different dye lot. It's so unusual. They're all paired with different colors.
Now look at that one.
That is so great. Yeah, I'd go go closer.
Yeah, that's perfect. Closer. Oh, that looks even better. What is this? What is this called? Rusted Roof. Rusted Roof.
That's gorgeous.
That's a beautiful one.
Oh,
love it. Love, love, love. And who doesn't need a little sunshine in their lives? We have Salty Dog with spun gold. Look at that. Isn't that great? And again, this is for the worsted weight. This would be the worsted weight size in the pattern. And this is a very pretty one.
What size needle did you use to knit it?
You can ask me that. I'm going to look on the pattern. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. Was it a 7 or 5?
I think it might be a 7 and a 5 is what I'm thinking it was. The solid is Spring Ice, and
so pretty.
The dyed in the wool is spun right round. No, spun right round.
Dream State.
Thank you. Dream State is what is it? Melancholia.
Melancholia.
Isn't that pretty? Look at that, guys.
Are we missing comments? Sorry, guys, I haven't been reading. Someone is saying they're finishing their old WIPS from 2011. You go, girl.
You do that, and you're going to feel very good. You're going to feel very good.
Sabrina's saying that must be a fast knit.
It is. I made, on the Christmas break week, I made the girls, which I did. What size did I make them? I did a child and a toddler size and an adult medium, 3 pair of mittens, plus other things.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I did.
No, you finished the scarf.
Finished the cowl. Correct. I wove in ends.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna step away from the camera too.
Go ahead. You gonna try it on?
Try it on. Yeah.
And Dina, did you use your bobber cord?
I just did.
She used a bobber cord.
Yep, on the bottom.
We have more of those coming in, don't we?
Yeah.
This one is from Dream State. It's Cataclysm with Midnight Sea. How pretty is that? Look at that, guys. Oh, that's so pretty. That's a pretty one. I happen to be a green person, so I love Wild Time with Close Call. Let me hold them up for you so you can see it. Look at that. The Wild Time's not coming out as well as it could, but that is also a beautiful combination. You think so? Look at that. It looks a little dark, but it's good. The next two are also very pretty, and I think this is what Dina was talking about. This is Mississippi Marsala. So, where'd the other Mississippi? Oh, there it is. And again, this has a little more color in it. This is the top at Mississippi. Look at that. Oh, is that gorgeous? Mississippi Marsala with Ember Glow. How pretty is that?
Pam, do I look okay before I come on camera?
Yeah, you look fine. No, it looks good. What kind of sleeve is on that? Is it a wider sleeve?
No.
No?
It's probably because...
Oh, it's because you have it stretched out. Yeah. That's very pretty, Dina. Show them. Come.
So here it is.
Matches your pants.
That was not intended.
Of course not.
Do I look too busty?
No. How much more do you have to do?
So that's what I'm trying to think. What do you think? Should I do 2 more repeats and then?
But you're changing into another color, aren't you?
It's
the blue.
Supposed to go a little deeper.
Uh-huh.
And then it ends in the dark color in the rib.
What's the dark color? The blue.
No, the blue is the spot.
What's the spot? But the inside of the blue is a deeper blue.
No. But that's the spot part.
I'm so confused.
It's going to go into this color.
Oh, okay.
And then it ends in the dark color, which is this. So here you go.
Didn't you have blue in it?
The blue at the spot.
I understand, but the blue got very...
It'll get deeper.
A deeper color. That's what I'm asking about. So you're going to get the deeper mixed with these colors. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you. I'm a little dense.
So how long do you think I should go?
Well, stand up straight and don't look down. I mean, how long? What's it meant to be? Do you know? So it's a little on the longer side. It's not like a... No,
I'm making it longer. I
probably
probably should have ended it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't end it that short if it were me. No. Well, what length do you like in your sweaters?
I think I was going to go down to here.
I like that. How long is the ribbing?
1 inch or so.
So you said, is this a repeat? Like
1 triangle. A full repeat would be 2 triangles.
So is this a repeat?
That's a full repeat.
And this is a half repeat.
Right. So I was thinking of doing a full repeat plus the ribbing. Is that too long?
Yeah, no. No, I think that's fine. Because you're going to move, it's going to move.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the sleeves have a lot to do.
You've gotten a good chunk of that done.
So that's it.
She really only has 1 sleeve to go because she's got like a half a sleeve and a half a sleeve.
Well, this sleeve is longer.
Oh, it is. You're right. Well, still, that's not bad.
There it is. Spot.
Very pretty, Dina.
Modeled spot.
There she goes. And while she's doing an outfit change, I can't reach it. Let's see if I fall. Oh, this color is gorgeous. Again, this is Mississippi Marsala. So look how different it looks put with red rock. Look at that. Is that just beautiful?
Look at how different that dye lot is.
Yeah, so if I showed you, this is Mississippi Marsala, as well as this. Look at the difference in the two. One is much more deeper. Anyway, they're both beautiful, and they would both make a terrific mitten. So anyway, we just thought we'd have fun playing with the color. And or you could make a solid mitten, if you want. You could do anything. You can make it out of anything that you want. Right, Dina?
What was that?
I said you can make it out of anything.
Absolutely.
So that is the first thing we wanted to show you was the mittens, the world's simplest mittens from Tin Can Knits, which is a great, great pattern.
All the kits are online.
Are they really good?
They're on the website, available to purchase.
And there it is. Now, I made the medium, and I said to Dina, I did shorten it a little bit.
Oh, let's ask our viewers.
Yeah, we were wondering, is it better for the mittens to be
looser or tighter? Anyone have experience knitting mittens?
I believe that mittens keep you warmer than gloves, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I always thought that you want to knit mittens not fitted, but more on a little bit looser so that your hands could breathe. Right. But I'm not sure if that is correct.
And I would say, you had asked me what needle I used. So if I looked on what needle it says to use, I could tell you.
Sabrina suggested that I do the full repeat. Erin is saying she needs a spot sweater.
A 7 and a 5. 5 for the ribbon and 7 for the knit hand part. That's what I thought.
Perfect.
And that's that.
Sounds good. Somebody's saying mittens do keep you warmer, looser, and yes, mittens are warmer. So looser fit for mittens is better.
Yeah, yeah.
So you did do the right choice.
I did do the right choice.
There you go.
But I find myself, I don't know about you, I find myself needle challenged. Every needle I go to look for, I don't have.
That's so annoying.
So that must tell you I have too many WIPs.
Well, it's funny. So you know what I had to do? I had to take my 7 off of the spot sweater to do my Kuffel.
Oh, did you see? Look at that. How I had to take my 5 off of my Opus shawl so I could do the ribbing on the Kuffel. And I know I need shorties
because as I go to decrease.
You don't have shorties?
I do. I'm going to use my shorties for the rest of the sleeve. And then the cuff will be on the smaller.
Yeah, I'm going to use my shorties for my sleeve as well.
Exactly.
Right. Are you using, how are you doing your sleeve on your Kuffel?
I'm knitting on a 16-inch.
Yeah, for the color work?
Color work, 16-inch.
And then you're going to go into the other needle?
And then I'll...
Now, do you think that's going to change your gauge if you go to a shorty circular? Is that what you're going to do? 7.5 flash. I know before I was cold.
I was naked before.
I came back, she took her top off. Well, she didn't take it off. She had a tank underneath. Right?
Yeah.
But that happens, you know. You get a hot flash, you take that off, and then about 10, 15 minutes later, you're nice and cool. Don't you find?
Yes. What was I saying? What were you just saying?
We were saying that I think
so.
I think if I did that, it would change my gauge too much.
Going from a 16 to a shorty?
If I was doing, well, you're on a 16.
Okay. I'm not doing magic loop. Magic loop, I would have been different.
Okay, so a 16 to a shorty.
I think what I'd like to do is go 12 and then the shorty. I mean, like I'll use my interchangeable wires and not go to the smallest needle. Like I'll transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like doing a sleeve ribbing on the magic loop. I find I don't like the way it looks.
I don't think I've ever done the ribbing on a shorty, so I will let you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm afraid it'll cramp my hands, but we'll see.
So lately I find myself in a needle dilemma. Dilemma. Anyway.
Where are you from?
Guess. Where does it sound like I'm from?
Peggy is saying that she bought 3 sets of needles, too many projects. We feel you.
Exactly. You can never have too many. Then I had a wooden set, and I put them on the wooden set, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I'm not I have to say, I have my Indian Lakes.
You don't like them?
Not as much as I love my Chagoos.
I don't like them on this yarn. I mean, maybe because it was a non-superwash. It had a nice point on it, so that was good. Mm-hmm. But I just did not like, I didn't like the way it was coming out. So that's when I went on a hunt. I said, I know I have 5s.
You could have put your Indian Lakes on the Opus.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
I could. See, that wouldn't be as bad. Wouldn't
be a problem
because it's a thinner yarn.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah. But in any event, so now that, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm doing this, now you know what's going to happen. I put them on a 4. I put it on a 4 circular.
Oh, you better not knit it.
So now I'm going to pick that up to knit it one day, and I'm going to be knitting it on the wrong needle size.
You should put a note in the bag.
I thought
note
of that.
to myself.
I did think of that. Stay tuned. 6 months from now when I'm knitting the Opus. I do love the Opus. It's another thing I'd like to knit.
That's why the Knit Companion, if you haven't downloaded it, is fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
Because it tells you the needle, but when you store something on a needle and you forget, like you think you're not going to check that needle.
You're going to think it's on the right needle.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I have to finish my Kuffel and my spot because I know I'm playing with needles.
You're playing with the needles.
Yes. I need to definitely move them around.
I don't know. I just find that, there are so many things I'd like to finish and get done, but, I feel, how can I start something else when I've got all this stuff to do?
I have cast on itis.
I know. I want to cast on that vest. We did over the weekend. We did a kit for the weekend. I'll remember it. Weekend slip over
V-neck.
V-neck.
Yeah.
And that's with a hyphen on V-neck.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wanted to show I thought we did the kits Friday. We thought we were going to share them today. Every single kit sold out.
Yeah. You know why?
I think we have to make new ones.
It's reasonably priced. We used wool stock, and we popped it with some hand-dyed mohair. Yeah,
but we made some tonal, some speckled.
Yeah, but a lot of them were nice with
very neutral,
nice colors.
Really beautiful palettes. You guys love that sweater. We might make new kits because we got some emails.
Yeah, and it's a nice, it's a very nice wear, I think, because it's not fitted, it's not overly boxy, it has a nice drop on the shoulder a little bit, right?
Definitely, and vests are in. So,
did you see the new vest that Petite Knit is making? It's called like the Sela. I don't know what it's called.
I don't think I saw it.
It's a nice vest, but it just has a stitch pattern on it.
Oh, cute.
Like
motif.
Yeah.
Color
using pearls and knits. No,
like
solid.
the festive kind of thing.
Very nice. I don't know how she did that. She had a baby, and then she's just like,
and she bounces right back, right into the swing of things.
And she had a midwife. She had the baby at home in the bathroom
on the floor.
Oh my God!
With all her kids. I mean, that was awesome.
A great
kudos
experience.
To her. Yeah, kudos.
Good for her.
Congratulations to you.
I know. And I was trying to think how many girls and boys, but she only had one boy. So now this is 2 boys and 3 girls.
I wonder if she's done.
Listen, who knows?
She seems to pop them out.
But they always seem, her and her husband, when she's with the kids, they always seem, they're relaxed. Drawing, they're outside playing.
Amazed. It's true.
So far cry when Lucy and Olive come over, I'll tell you that much.
Too funny. Hi, Shayla. Shayla's on.
Hey.
How are you? Hello. We have another kit. Pam wore her slipped stitch ribbed hat. Yeah. And I think that was during a live. When did you wear that?
Last week. I didn't fix that. It was last week.
And people started buying it online, and we decided that we needed to make
it is such a great hat.
Yeah.
The only thing that would make this better is a palm, which I did not put a palm.
I don't think it needs it.
You don't think it needs it?
I really like it. I love that it's like a little bit gathered on top.
Right.
And I think if you had the pom-pom, you wouldn't see that.
You wouldn't see that as much. So anyway, we made kits, and this is the initial pattern, and what I believe she used is she
has a pom on it. Interesting.
She doubled mohair for what you're seeing is the pink section. It's knit with a DK weight for the ribbing at the bottom, and then it's used throughout the hat. But what I did, because I had left over from my Sunday cardigan, I used the alpaca lin, which is from Rama. And so we did some kits. We used the alpaca lin with some DK yarn.
This is designed by Jodi Brown from the Grocery Girls. In case you're looking for the pattern, it's available on Ravelry. Slipped rib.
Slipped rib
by Mrs. Brown.
And so the first combination that we came up with, we used the Rios from Malabrigo. And what color is that, Dina? Sandbank, I think, mixed with a lovely brown, raisiny brown color. Thank you, Dina. Isn't that pretty?
Gorgeous.
So we did that. The next one we did is again a Rios.
So the ribbing would be in this color.
Correct.
Yep.
And this one we used magenta from Rios with a navy. Isn't that pretty?
I love that. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. This is the next one.
Oh, Shayla has some exciting news for us.
What is she saying?
She said bags are shipping by week's end. You guys are getting a delivery.
You better watch out. That's fabulous.
Thank you, Shayla.
This is not coming up really true to color. This color you're losing. This is a really deep green.
It's fabulous, though. So This is with cake wool. It's her base called Dough. It's 80% merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon, which is really soft. And it's like a chartreuse kind of green, and it pairs, it's getting blown out, but it pairs so nicely with this beautiful dark olive green. That's really the colorway right there. So pretty. So pretty.
We did this to come close to mine. It's a tweed DK mixed with a gray mohair.
Right. So Pam has a solid black. Believe it or not, we're out of black DK.
Can you believe that?
But we do have this gorgeous Onyx from 7th Floor Yarns, and it's got beautiful flex, and it really pairs nicely with the alpaca line.
And for all our blue people out there, we have from Spun Right Round ink with a blue alpaca line.
That's beautiful. It's like a soft wash, stone wash denim.
That's a pretty one. I love this one. This is a favorite of mine.
Back. There it is.
There you go.
Love.
This is called Hard Eyes. It's also from Spun Right Round.
That one. I really like that color.
You've always liked that color, and it's kind of with like a brick. It's getting blown.
It's coming out a little more orange, but it is
there. It's adjusted some. I wonder if I'm closer. What would it adjust?
There it is.
Yeah, it changes. Yeah, that's better. That's better. There you go. And so, what is that called again? Heart Eyes with brick. That's beautiful.
Look at this.
That's a great
shade. Look at the detail.
It's a great color. Beautiful.
Oh my God, I'm in love.
I love this one. This is also Rios from Malabrigo. It's called
like lipstick. It's like the color of my lipstick.
Yeah. Well, then that means you must make it, Dina. This is Niebla
too gray
from Rios with a beautiful gold shade. Look at that. Look, you see the gold?
Now, when you look at the Niebla, yeah, you'll see gold, a little bit of gold running through it. So it pairs beautifully.
Isn't that nice? That's a pretty one, right?
That's a great one.
And then this is pretty as well.
I have to say we killed it.
This is called Raining Cats and Dogs, which is lovely. Look at that with the nice blue.
Right. So the deep blue really picks up on the dark teal up here in the Raining Cats and Dogs.
Very pretty. But we're not done.
There's more.
You know, when you're making these, the colors are just so pretty. This is a Rios color called Cirrus Gray, which is like a blue and a navy gray with a gray, the same gray that's in my hat. So you'll see how that looks. Isn't that pretty? That's a pretty one.
I like that.
We've got a lot for the blue people here today.
Blue lovers.
Speaking of another blue one, this is Paris Night. You want to hold that one down?
Sure.
Paris Night and a lighter shade of blue. Oh, this is a great one.
More like a seafoam.
Yep. This is a great one.
It's funny. I don't know why the Paris Night looks a little bit purple on
it does
camera,
look purple. It's not purple.
It's a beautiful navy.
This is very pretty. Now, unfortunately, the green is a very deep green. It's not coming up.
It's actually right back here. It looks really good.
Is that it? With Primavera. Look at that, guys.
Fabulous.
It's beautiful.
So there are hints of this color kind of like
throughout
the skein.
It's beautiful.
But it's the undercoat. It's not like it's not prominent in the skein.
No, it's not.
So it looks very pretty when it's paired together.
It's one of those multis that doesn't go crazy. This is another Spun Right Round.
What's up?
Quake. And we paired Quake, you can see, with the gold. How pretty is that?
That gold is getting washed out, though, on camera.
Yeah.
There it is. That's really the color.
Mm-hmm. And you see
it's a fabulous neutral. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great neutral. This hat's making me very hot right now. Oh, my gosh, I have to take it off. I like this one. This is one of my favorites. This is Squish DK, again, called Chocolates, with that great neutral beige. How pretty is that?
But the beige has like a pinkish hue, which is the same hue that's in the brown. So the brown, when you take the brown closer, you see the pink in there. It's got like a pink undertone. There it is. It's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty together?
So pretty.
That's pretty. And one last one. This Dina, I know Dina likes this one too. This is called Dive Bar. Now, Dive Bar. Look at the colors. Look at the colors in Dive Bar. Isn't that pretty?
It's got coral. And
now, Dina, you stick the alpaca in.
This one?
Yep. Underneath it. I think it makes a difference. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
So nice.
So that's another combo. So that's for the, and when I used Squish DK when I made my hat. And I do have more, I might have, I don't know if I have enough for another hat. I'm not going to promise that because I haven't weighed it. But I do have it at home.
Someone is asking the name brand. It's not mohair. It's alpaca lin.
Yeah, tell them what alpaca lin is.
It's by Rauma.
Yep.
It's 48% baby alpaca, 8% wool, 44% linen.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And it has 100 and where's the yardage?
Here it is. So what Pam did for this hat again, she had leftover of the alpaca lin, which was used in her original Sunday. So when the hat came out by Jodi Brown, she was doubling mohair.
Right.
Pam had this leftover, and instead of doubling the mohair, she used this single, and that is how we made these kits. So a note to everyone, you're not going to be doubling this throughout the hat. You're going to work this single, then you'll get enough bulk.
Yep. And I was just going to say something.
And it's got a pretty halo.
You would probably, I can guarantee you, have enough
for 2 hats.
2 hats on the alpaca lin, because it has 100 and I just saw it. Where did it go? I know it's
175 meters.
Thank you, 175 meters.
Yeah.
So that you have enough for 2 hats on that. So pick a color you like that you can.
You probably could make
or
2
if you
hats.
Right, or if you have a DK at home, just buy some a la carte alpaca lin. Right. That goes with your DK.
That's another option.
Yeah, because you have enough for 2 hats. That green color is just beautiful down there.
Oh, dark olive. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. So anyway, so those are the kits that we made for this slipped rib hat.
Yes,
from Mrs. Brown. Is that what she's Mrs. Brown?
Jodi Brown, but she's Mrs. Brown Bags on Ravelry. So if you're looking to purchase the pattern, it's by Mrs. Brown Bags.
Correct. Because of course we still need more hats. I think I'm going to make the striped hat from.
You said you wanted to do the Hudson
sunset
and West
slouch.
Yeah, from Hudson and West.
Yes,
that's a pretty one.
Although I also like those other things back there.
We have something new coming out. We just can't share it yet.
Yeah. So anyway, what can I say? I'm just clearing. Because of course, it's just in my nature to clear, right, Dina?
Yes.
Anyway, what else do we have?
I think that's it.
Is that it?
Yes, I think we're closing the pre-order
for what
the spot sweater. The Advent is still on. The spot sweater for the end of the month delivery, it is closed. And if you are still interested in purchasing it, I guess today would really be the last day because I didn't reach out to Iris yet. I'm going to call her tomorrow, but I can always order it again.
How long will it take for this pre-order to come in?
I'm hoping by the end of the month so that I can get it out to start the class in the beginning of February. Oh my goodness. Sabrina has 2 of her bags and she loves them.
Oh, she does. Sweet. She does.
They're awesome. Her bags are fabulous.
Well, if she ships them by the end of maybe we'd have it for the podcast next Monday.
What? Oh, Shayla.
Emails them like
Thursday by week's end, but she probably will send out Friday. That would be amazing.
Maybe she'll send them.
All right, Shayla, no pressure.
Friday. That
would be amazing.
That would be nice to have them for the podcast, right?
Yep. What did I want to share? So we never spoke about New Year's resolutions. Are you a fan of that?
It's funny you mentioned that because someone was just saying, what was I listening to yesterday? And they were saying that I don't make resolutions. I'm not speaking for myself, but they said, I don't make resolutions, because they just don't do it. I always feel at the beginning of the year, it's like time to reset and
definitely,
and maybe
eat healthy, exercise, those are all in the vein of the new year, which I've definitely, of course, I started working out again, and I'm trying to be a little bit on the healthy side between my cookies and my alcoholic beverages. But aside from that, I had so much fun knitting the socks. I told the kids we went.
Which socks you're talking about? The Advent socks?
Advent socks, right. But it was just a pair of socks that I did 2 at a time.
Right.
I got them done.
Right.
I felt very good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to knit more socks.
So,
the kids put in requests for socks. Well, I've made pair for Zach, and Zach literally, he's so knitworthy. He's so cute. He wore through them.
Exactly. Did he wear through them?
He wore through them.
Oh my goodness.
So I know he wants another pair of socks, but Sophie asked for socks. So
and you were going to do her Michigan socks, right?
So Nancy was very sweet. There's a customer, Nancy, who sent me as a gift a beautiful skein of yarn, which I just wound. And I actually came to the shop on Sunday to pick up a coordinating maize yellow yarn. And I was going to knit the Curio socks by Andrea Mowry. And in looking at the pattern calls for 1 round of the main color, 1 round of the contrast, 1 round of the main. And I realized it's for the slip stitch that makes the chain stitch that goes up. But the maze, I think, is going to detract from the
From the other
beauty
color,
of
right.
the skein that I was
Right.
gifted. So I don't think I'm going to make those
I
socks,
think you
although I
should do
really wanted to.
Well, you can make those, but I think for
Not for
Sophie,
this.
not
Yeah.
for this. I
Mm-mm.
think that you're better off doing what you said, which was a
I'll
contrast.
I'll probably do, I guess, like a vanilla sock,
Heel and toe.
and I'll do the heel, toe, and cuff in the maze.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go.
And so I said my New Year's resolution would be to knit one sock a month. So if I can get 6 pairs by the end of the year,
doable. I think that's doable.
that could be doable.
Not that, clearly you could do much more than that, but the thing is you have
Well,
other knitting
it's my
that
other
you
knitting,
have the other
right.
knitting too. So
Right.
it's not like you're just knitting socks.
So the theory was that I felt during December, we knit a stripe, right? It was a stripe
a day.
for the Advent, right? So it was like 4 or 5 rounds
That's right.
on
So
2
it was.
socks.
On 2 socks.
Right. So essentially, I might be able to do that.
Well, don't make yourself
It was
crazy.
too much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I didn't want to.
yeah.
I don't want the stress of it.
Yeah,
I
you
want
want
it
to
be
enjoy
fun.
what you're doing, which is why the reason why right now you feel so good cleaning out all the stuff that you have.
Right. I mean, I also had those 2 Advents that I did, the shawl and the socks. So in addition to all the other stuff,
Correct. You got a lot of stuff done.
yeah, it was good. It felt really good. Anyway, so that's my New Year's resolution, is to try to knit more socks.
There you go.
Anybody else have any knitting resolutions?
A knitting resolution.
That was my
Well,
knitting
I was
resolution.
thinking about the past year, and I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, I knit the sweater for Daniel. I knit the Marseille, which I gave to Marseille. I'm saying it wrong. I can't remember. Which I gave to Katie. I knit Olive a sweater. I knit Lucy a sweater.
They're all knitworthy.
I finished Tyler's scarf. I made the thing for Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
What did I make? I didn't make myself anything last year.
Why? You finished the Like a Cloud. It was super simple.
Right.
You're making the
And I
Kuffel.
did the test
You
knit.
did the cowl.
But but
come on, you've knit so
Dinah,
much for yourself.
All the big projects went to other people last year.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I think I'm back to a little selfish knitting. I think I'm going to get a little selfish.
I think it's time that I knit something larger for myself.
Don't forget, you did the Portage cardigan. Come on.
No, that wasn't last year.
Okay, but
I'm talking about last year. I'm looking at the year in review. And I just did a lot of big things.
But they were for other people.
Correct.
So now we need a little more balance
for the girls.
We did a lot. We did a lot.
I did a lot, didn't I?
You did. You did. Ooh, I knocked the table again.
So,
what is
so
Jane
that being
saying?
said,
socks are so portable as a project.
Well, that's why I like them.
Yes,
Jane.
I
do like them.
It's funny because I was thinking at a long red light I could be knitting. If I'm on a line somewhere, I could be knitting. Absolutely true.
Years and years ago, when there was Stitches East in Atlantic City, I had gone and there was a woman there working one of the booths, and she had on like one of these aprons that had pockets, and in a pocket she had the sock. She was knitting a sock.
I should be doing that while we're helping customers.
Wait a second.
Let me just turn my heel.
Can't help you right now. I'm turning my heel. But anyway, and I always remember that because that just seems so appealing to me, that she was sitting there and she just standing there working and she had her sock in her pocket.
Brilliant. It's like not standing idle. I like that. Valerie's saying her resolution is to try and knit 12 pairs of socks this year. Wow. So that's
a sock a month?
No, 12 pairs.
Yeah. Well, a pair a month.
2 a month.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
2 socks a month. You're talking about 2, it's a pair a month.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I used to be addicted to sock knitting. Not anymore, Shayla? What happened?
So someone's saying they knit is it Jan? She knit 13 pair of socks last year. God bless you.
Wow.
A baker's dozen.
That's incredible. Right? Shayla said she's determined to conquer brioche this year.
Oh, you can do it. You should do
it.
Dinah's cowl. Nice.
I'm going to publish it soon. Yes. I mean, there are a few out there. I think the direction of my brioche, though, is not. I think I word it a little differently. And I did have 2 people test it who've never done brioche before, and they made it. So if that's any
Valerie is saying, I knit sweaters all the
constellation.
time, but rarely?
I really want more socks.
I really want more socks. Yes. And you know what? That's what we always say too. And what
Yeah,
we realized
I
from
love
doing
the
the Advent,
posts.
it's not that hard to do. And that's
No.
not that hard. Just if you plan to do a little bit either every day
Yes.
or so
It's
much
not
each
to knit it,
week.
right.
Correct.
I think the glory with the sock knitting is that you just do a little bit every day.
Right.
And by the end of the month, you're like, wow, I have a pair of socks.
I know this past weekend I was telling Dina I was knitting and I was ribbing on that Kuffel. It was so much ribbing.
How are your
those
hands?
rounds were big. My hand was hurting me. I don't know if I was.
Now?
It was this hand, which is unusual. It was this hand. And
That's
if I
weird.
moved it a certain way, like if I go back like this, it hurts in here. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's not enough to. It's amazing. It hurts when I'm not. It doesn't really hurt when I'm knitting. It hurts when I stop knitting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should just keep knitting. Are you ready for this? Susie knit 22 pairs of socks last year. Okay, Susie, do you only knit socks?
Were they
That's
shorty
incredible.
socks? Were they shorty socks?
Right, were they shorties? That's the other thing. I didn't really know
I
how
would
long
knit
to
a shorty sock.
I feel like Sophie would want a shorty, maybe.
You know, I have to go back to remember a customer told me about these great slippers. And
Felted or non-felted?
I think they were felted, but they would look great with a pair of hand knit socks on.
I need to wear like clogs or something. Someone wants.
I wanted to get those. I forgot all about those. I could wear my hand knit socks.
Sandra's saying she wants to try knitting socks. They're fun. They're definitely a lot of fun. Jackie wants to learn brioche this year. Shayla's saying.
So far,
I think
socks
it was a
and
phase.
brioche this year.
Yeah, it is the year of socks and brioche. Jan is saying she just finished a colorwork sweater. And Susie said she also knit other things. That's incredible, Susie. Kudos to you. 22 pairs. That's incredible.
That is.
Wow, Susie is right. Exclamation point.
I want to
Great
knit
job.
A stranded cardigan. I love the pattern. I can't read the whole thing.
No, she wants to do a steek.
A steek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would like to do a steek too this year.
I have the pattern and yarn ready for the spice cardigan. Nice. Yes. Well, good luck, Christina.
Good for you.
I had a client reach out to me. She wants to steek a sweater as well. And she's not afraid to do it, but she just wants to do it in company. I guess moral support. Steeking is fun.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a great way to do a cardigan, a colorwork cardigan.
Fabulous.
Do it in the round and then steek it.
Ooh, DK socks.
Yes.
I guess you did that.
I do have DK socks.
Hohies, right.
That was fun. That was
will
fun.
Really go quick.
But you're really not going to put them in a shoe unless it's a mule or a clog of some kind, that kind of a thing.
I will knit the boyfriend cardigan from Chris Berlin. Oh, I don't know if I know that one.
That might be good for my tweed yarn.
Yeah. Anyone have a recommendation for Pam?
I have hedgehog tweed. DK.
Yep. Tweed DK.
A beautiful shade of gray. It's lovely. That's going to be for me this year.
There you go. Valerie's saying she has her first steeked sweater on the needles, body done, and starting sleeve.
What pattern
right now? Which one are you doing, Valerie?
Which one?
Is it a color work or just a steeked cardigan? Just solid.
There was a pattern. I think it was Isabel Kramer that had. It was just a color work up on the top that some people had steeked.
You know what? You don't even have to steek. Like, why not just knit in the round? Like I was thinking, even the Felix cardigan, you know how we went back and forth?
You could have
imagine
done that
just knitting it and steeking it? That would have been brilliant. Purling is tiring.
It is.
It's just really tiring.
It really is. I will be honest with you. That is true.
Oh, she's doing
all of the lights by
nice.
Hohi.
That's a great one.
Yes,
I did that. That's a fun one.
Oh, is that the cabled one?
Yeah, that was a great pattern.
That's not Valerie.
No, she's not steeking that. No.
I was going to say, here's
rainbow flats modified to steek. Nice.
Rainbow flats. I have to look that.
Yeah, we have to look that up.
I wonder if that would look good with my gray.
Anyway, if anyone has any suggestions for a two-color sock that you may have knit in your past, please put it down in the comments.
I think, though, with that, you're going to really be better off with the heel and toe because the main color is a hand dye.
I'll tell you the problem. when I wound the skein,
Yeah.
the skein was all navy, and then it had one section with the maize yellow.
One section.
Yes. So you know the I think it's Chasing Rabbits that does that shawl where you have the shawl is knit, and then when you get to the pop of color, you do some stitch.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm afraid that on the vanilla sock, it's going to pool.
So don't do a vanilla sock. Oh, you mean
because it's on a certain number of stitches. So I think the hat that I did.
Yeah, that one over there.
Yeah. I'm afraid that in knitting the sock, the repeat is going to just stay in one section. So
you have a dilemma.
I have a dilemma on my hands. Maybe I will be knitting the curio after all.
Do you have yarn for that?
Yeah, it's 2 colors, so it would be the same thing.
You would just pick a blue and a yellow.
No, meaning I would still use right.
Maybe you should just do that then.
Yeah.
Well, start it and see how it looks. Is it top down, bottom up?
I mean, I can always knit her a hat. I could do what is that hat? Kate from the knitting posse just knitted the
Musselburgh hat. Did you see when it's reversed both ways? It looks different. I know. I love that. That's on my list to make.
Skein,
it's a fingering, yeah.
So maybe I'll do that, and then I'll just.
That might be nice for her. That might be nice for her, because people are going to see a hat more than they're going to see what's on her feet. Not that she shouldn't have a pair of socks.
No, well, it's interesting. The socks, she said, if she could pick, she didn't want Michigan themed socks.
Oh, she didn't?
No, because she wants to wear the socks all the time. She feels like the Michigan socks she would wear only on game day.
Well, then you have to make the Musselburgh hat for her.
That would be easier.
Yeah, Musselburgh hat.
And now what am I going to do with that maize yellow that I wound?
Are you the owner of the shop?
I hate wasting yarn.
Well, it doesn't mean you're going to waste it. Use it for something else for her.
Right.
Make her fingering mitts. Use the world's simplest mittens and make her
fingering pair.
You can do a yellow wrist and a yellow thumb. Anyway, the dilemma, such problems we have, right?
Crazy. All right, you all. We have been on for an hour and 5 minutes.
Talking about nothing for an hour. No, nothing. This is all
nothing.
This is all important to us, right?
It most certainly is. And thank you all for coming back.
And listen, if you have a sweater that would look nice in that hedgehog gray,
it's
DK.
The Tweety.
It's
Tweety
the Tweety
DK.
DK. But not cables. Don't give me something with it like all cables.
Oh, Valerie's saying it will pull for sure. You know what? It's the same thing. It'll pull for sure in a hat as well as a mitten.
But that's different. The hat is reversible. She can flip it around.
I suppose.
On that hat, on that particular hat.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to think about that.
Put it in your pipe and smoke it, as they say.
Thanks, Pam.
Or if you have a sweater, a nice sweater that would be nice steeked.
You want to steek?
Well, I don't want, not that. I wouldn't steek that. I mean, a colorwork sweater.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't asked you all in a long time to please hit subscribe.
Yeah. I have to say, speaking of steeking, do you remember? No, you weren't. Well, you were there. Dina and I took a class a long time ago in the city that was taught by Jared Flood. There were 2 classes. I signed up for 2 classes. Dina could only get into one of them. And the one you couldn't get into, right? Or was the one you were in? Was the steeking? You weren't in the steeking one. It was a color one that you did with, I think it was something about color. What was it about?
I think it was the lace with the provisional cast on.
Is that what it was? I don't remember that. But anyway, so we took this class, and this is back when, he was Brooklyn Tweed. Of course he was popular at the time. Otherwise you wouldn't take his class. But can you imagine there were maybe, 10 to 15 of us. We went into a room and he sat down and he showed us how to steek a sweater. That was Jared Flood, Brooklyn Tweed.
You were amazed. I was out of that class like, oh my God.
I couldn't believe it. But I'm going back now.
it was a while ago.
If it was, how long ago was that? 10 years ago?
At least.
That was fun. We did that on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Then we went and had pizza. We had something Italian at, did we go to that place? What's that place that has Old Town, like an Italian market? Or did we go somewhere else? You know the place I'm talking about?
Italy?
Italy. Did we go to Italy that day?
I don't think so.
No? We went someplace Italian.
It wasn't Italy. I don't think Italy was around back then.
I was thinking that as I said it,
Yeah.
but maybe it was Italy. It's been around for a while.
I don't recall.
Fun place. But anyway, I had to mention that. Can you imagine? I was in a room with Jared Flood steeking a sweater. Too bad I didn't,
apply it yet.
Right. That's the thing I'm most annoyed
That's why
about.
we need your comments.
I
Leave a
should have gone
comment.
home
I
and
don't mean
steeked
to point.
I should have gone home and steeked a sweater.
Well, you can, I practiced steeking. My first steek was actually on the cup
On
holder.
the coffee cup holder.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Which was good. All right, everyone. Someone is saying their steeking is on her list for 2022.
There you go.
Okay, Marianne.
We're gonna have
leave
to
a
do
comment. Let us know. Jackie says she loves the chatting. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Kathy said she missed the hat Pam was showing on Dream State kits.
Oh, the
They were
Dream State
actually
kit
mittens.
was for this. It was for the mittens. It was for the world's simplest mittens from Tin Can Knits. Which
Do you have your post from the girls?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
Oh,
would you
with
show
the
the
mittens?
inspiration?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
So the reason we picked Dream State is because Pam had knit she'd knit mittens using a self-striping yarn that was hand spun that she purchased at Rhinebeck. Here they are. They're super cute and they have color banding, and that was the play of the yarn. So
Right.
we had a few requests, more than a few, several requests.
And I made those 2 mittens out of one skein of yarn.
Right,
And
but
still
they're
had some
child
left.
size.
Yeah, toddler and what's the other one? Toddler and child.
Right. So we were inspired to make these kits because we received several messages asking for some inspo. So we
that's
put
what we
these
did.
kits together, Dream State. The hat kit that Pam shared was the slipped rib hat by Jodi Brown. And we're going to go live with it. So follow us on Instagram.
Right. And the reason we put this for the cuff is that way you have enough to do any size mitt. Yeah, that's right. I said that right.
Mm-hmm.
Any size mitt, whether you wanted to make the adult small, the adult large, or did you have someone? I'm wondering if looking at the yardage, if you do a kid's size, worsted weight 90 or 100. I mean, if you made the little kids, you might be
able to get a child and a toddler out of it. Right.
Yeah, I would think you would. Anyway, but that's what we were talking about.
Yep. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see us live tomorrow, and we're not going to go live now.
Oh, I thought we were.
You want to go live now?
We might as well. We're here.
All right. See us on Instagram.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great night.
Thank you. Don't forget to hit subscribe.